What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I made a video on this mouse a little while back, but I think it's about time I make a more formal review. This is the Logitech G Pro Wireless. In terms of layout, you have your standard mouse 1 and mouse 2, scroll wheel, but no DPI button on top, but you do have this indicator. On the bottom, you'll find the power switch, which is on this side, and then you have a DPI/profile button on the left side. You'll also have this magnetic panel. So this will pop out just from pressing on the bottom of it. And this is really to support a few of Logitech's proprietary features. So you can use the Logitech PowerPlay technology, which is just constant charging through your mousepad via induction. You can add in their new Ptfe skate to just assist with extra glide. And then you can also add in like an additional weight as an example. On the sides, you'll see two side buttons on either side. You'll see blanks on my copy on the right side of the mouse. I've made this a right-handed version of the G Pro Wireless just to accommodate my own grip style, but you can actually add in some buttons here instead if you wanted to use it lefty. In terms of shape, so this is probably familiar to most of you guys, but it's a solidly medium-sized mouse. It's very flat on the sides with very small contours to help with picking it up. The hump on this mouse is more towards the middle and it's a little bit higher profile, so distinguishable from something like a Razer Viper Ultimate or a glorious Model O. General description, this is a mouse that suits a lot of players but will also not be a master of any aggressive grip style in particular. The sides are really flat, as I mentioned before, through both the length of the mouse as well as the height of it. And the hump is more towards the middle of it with gradual slopes as it gets towards the top. So I can't really say that this will be great to lock you in for an aggressive claw very easily. The length is also very long and large on this guy, and the hump is maybe a little bit too high profile to support an aggressive fingertip. And there's technically nothing wrong that sticks out for aggressive palm grip, but I guess ergonomic or asymmetrical mice seem to contour around the hand in a more intuitive way, so most palm grip users prefer those kinds of mice. Overall, it's a really great shape that's not overdone, and most people should be able to get used to it. So it makes it highly marketable and therefore popular among many people. The coating, however, I haven't really heard anyone complain about the coating on the original G Pro Wireless, which is what I have here, but the coating feels really slippery with dry hands. It feels pretty much unbearable if you have sweaty hands, and it's okay with a slight bit of moisture. So my general conclusion, it's probably the worst coating I've tried on a mouse from a performance perspective. It might be a little bit more durable than some of the more rubberized coatings out there, but I really don't like it. So if you get this, I would recommend using grip tape, but also keep in mind that you'd be enlarging the dimensions on the mouse if you choose to go that route. In terms of the overall buttons, so for the mouse 1 and 2, they use Omron 50 millions, which are prone to double clicks, at least on this copy. And this has been probably the largest complaint on the original G Pro Wireless that I've seen so far. Mine actually suffers from that problem, so with that in mind, it's probably a good idea for me to switch out some of the main mouse switches here. I might go to something like KLGM 8.0s. Those are extremely high quality premium feeling switches. These clicks in particular don't feel very tactile, but they are very light. For side buttons, they're a nice size, at least on the right side, or left side, at least for me, and there's really good placement, so I can easily round my thumb up and the joint to hit these in game. But the click itself is pretty mushy with lots of pre-travel, so the button itself is not great for gaming use. Probably fine for general use though. For the sensor on this mouse, it uses the Logitech Hero sensor. It performs just like a top optical, like the 3360 or 3389, with DPI levels up to 25,600 on the newer copies, and then 20,000 on this copy and some of the older ones. It's also much lower power than the original 3360 or 3389, so really just to support the wireless capabilities on this mouse. Nothing really to worry about here. No problems with spinouts, flicks, acceleration, jitter, anything like that. Overall weight on the mouse, 80 grams with all of the features included, so that includes the blanks, the side buttons, and the bottom panel. You can obviously reduce the weight if that's a problem for you by removing any of these features. Also, opening up the mouse if you so please. Does it feel heavy? Not really. Because it is a larger mouse, it doesn't really give off that dense feeling for 80 grams. In general, I don't really pay too much attention to the weight, but I would suggest changing out mouse skates and using a different mouse pad based on what your preferences are to get a more tailored feel. So as an example, I have some dots on this that are not the original skates, but I'll get to that in a second. The cable is a standard rubber cable that is micro USB. It's not the most flexible cable in the world, but I wouldn't really worry about this since you're really only going to be using it in its wireless capacity. It's micro USB, so complain all you want about it. It's not really a big deal if you're not charging the mouse all that much. Feet. The original comes with 4 black Teflon feet, as you can see in these contours laid out on the bottom. I got my copy used, which is why I've taken those feet off. They were in terrible condition, and what I did was I bought a sheet of pure Ptfe with 3M adhesive backing, as well as a hole puncher. And what I did was I made my own homemade Ptfe Dots, which is what you see here. It also allows for easy access to the screws while I'm at it. For me, the lower surface area of these dots and the pure Ptfe give off a much faster glide than the original black Teflon feet, which I think kind of helps out the slightly heavier weight than what I'm used to. Overall position in the market. This is an interesting question, and probably, yeah, the most interesting part of this video, considering that this video is made about 2 years after the original release of this mouse. The MSRP in 2019 was $150. You can find this in stock now on Amazon for $99, and if you purchase this used, you can get it for about $75. Does this still warrant the $99 price tag? Yes, probably based on the technology and the features that it offers. It's still very much up to standard for today. Would I personally buy it for $99? No, it does not suit my hand size. It's a little bit too big for me. It also doesn't support my grip style since I like aggressive claw. The coding is also a deal breaker for me, and the double clicking is annoying. And I don't really need the extra side buttons on the right side. Should you buy it for $99? Well, that largely depends on your preference. So if you have small to medium-sized hands, so hands similar to mine, you like symmetrical mice and you use an aggressive palm grip, I don't think it gets too much better than this, as long as you can get past the coding. If you like the features of this, you have larger hands and you aggressive fingertip grip, this could also be pretty good. But maybe you'll like some other options better, like the Viper Ultimate from Razer, the Orochi V2 also from Razer, or the mell-o wireless. And then for claw grip, would only really see this working for people who relax claw grip, so have some form of hybrid within their grip, either claw hybrid with palm or fingertip. If you claw grip and you fall into one of those categories, it's likely that there will be some better options for you, like the Endgame Gear XM1R or the Hottie S from G-Wolves. Those are just a few suggestions. I hope this helps. I also played some duels with the G Pro Wireless as well. Hope you enjoy those. Peace out.